This is everything about the Zwift riding app that we're going to do. So this is the screen that you see after you log in and after Zwift connects to your smart trainer or cadence sensor, whatever you happen to be using. So this screen should be really familiar to a lot of you. Over here on the side, you'll see it says Tour de Zwift, and it says we're off to go world hopping. So I'm doing this event, so it tells me how many stages I completed and which ones I still need to complete. Up at the top, you can choose which world you want to ride in. Since April of last year, Zwift used to just have 2 worlds, but they added a third. Within each world, you can select your routes. And you get an overview. You also see how much elevation gain and loss is there, and which way it goes. Have you ever done this?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different routes. The pretzel, is really long, plus it has a lot of elevation gain. If you want to do Alp du Zwift, which is, the big climb, you can either do Tour of Fire and Ice, and you'll see it go all the way up the mountain there. And there's also Road to Sky, which is a little bit shorter. So that's there. I'm going to cancel that. And then, of course, there's Innsbruck and Richmond today. The other option you have.
Laurie, can I ask you? So, what is now the difference between the 3 worlds, the Watopia, Innsbruck, and Richmond?
Oh, it depends on which route you want to do. Watopia is essentially the world that is made up by Zwift. It's a fake world. So everything you see in there, it doesn't exist anywhere. These other 2, hold on one second. I have someone else joining. Yep, it's Aurora. Let me let her in. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. We just started, so we were talking about the worlds, and Ileana had a question about the differences between them. So we were talking about Watopia here. This is, of course, after you log in and you sync your smart trainer or your cadence sensor or speed sensor. So Watopia, like I said, is the made-up world by Zwift, and you can select the different routes. You can sort by alphabetical or other ways, or you can also scroll through them.
Cool.
We hit cancel. Innsbruck and Richmond are based on real routes in the world. So if we go to Richmond, there aren't too many routes to choose from. There's a flat, but this is based on a actual course. So the stuff that you see and the hills that you climb and everything are on actual courses. Same thing with Innsbruck today. There's also France, there's New York. The only issue with New York is that it's set 100 years into the future. So in a way, it's similar to Watopia, but it's based on a real place, obviously. And then you can explore the routes in Innsbruck. So again, you have the mileage, and you also have your elevation gain and loss. So you can choose which route you want to do. And you earn badges for these. We'll get into that in a moment. The other thing you have is if you design your own workouts or you download them from Training Peaks or elsewhere, you can go to training and there are different workouts you can do. So these are some of the workouts I did. So these are all structured workouts. When you do these kinds of workouts, your smart trainer is going to be in erg mode. This means work, and it's going to have you at a certain amount of watts for a certain amount of minutes. So mine is 16 minutes at 141 watts with a recovery. So you can do your own custom workouts, or you can choose from a bunch of different ones. Like let's say you have about an hour to an hour and a half to burn. You can click on one of these and do a structured workout. This is all based on the information that you enter in your profile. So it's based on your weight and your current FTP. You can also click over here, and there's all kinds of free training plans to choose from. So if you go to FTP Builder, you want to view the plan. Oh, I think I tried to do this one. But you can see all of the different workouts that are within that training plan. So if you don't want to design your own workouts and you want structured workouts to your rides, this will help you do that. Any questions so far? about that. No questions?
I might have missed this coming in just a little bit late, but is the assumption that you have a smart trainer?
You either have a smart trainer, or if you are riding your own bike, you have some kind of speed sensor that syncs up to Zwift. So I used to use a trainer that was not a smart trainer, but I had a cadence sensor, which was also a speed sensor, and Zwift would sync to it, so I could just pedal, and Zwift would estimate how fast I'm going and how many watts I'm going. So you don't actually need a smart trainer to do this. There's also a great resource online. It's called Zwift Insider, and it's any question you ever have about Zwift is answered on there. So you can see here too, besides the world choice. By the way, if you do training, if you click a workout here, all of this elevation isn't going to matter. It's because it's going to be based on whatever your watts are, essentially. So that won't matter. Otherwise, if you click on one of these courses, it's like, let's do Innsbruck, pick a route. We'll do just Innsbrucking. I'm gonna hit OK. So that's the route I want to do. If you know someone else on Zwift, you can join another Zwifter. And you can scroll down here and ride with them, but you're gonna have to keep up with them. So you also see your device status in the middle. So I have a Wahoo kicker, and I have a cadence sensor, and my kicker is controllable. My heart rate is not connected because it's on my Garmin, and my Garmin's off right now, so this is grayed out. So any questions so far? No? If you look to the right, you'll see upcoming events. And on here, that's okay. There's a bunch of different events that you can choose from. So let's say I want to join an event and I'm not using the Zwift companion app. I want to do stage 5. Well, I think I'm going to join it right now, but there are different levels, and each one's a different course. So there's more detail in the Zwift companion app. But you also have your world calendar over here. Monthly goal is down here. So I'm trying to do 400 miles on Zwift. I'm not very far because I've ridden outside some of the time, but you can always add a goal here as well. So that's your main page. Then you click on ride. It's going to tell you to load Innsbruck. And then you'll see my avatar off to the side as soon as it loads. I'm going to start pedaling, which is why I'm on my bike right now. So now you hear my bike. Any questions so far from anyone?
So Laurie, if one decides to choose a plan, what are the costs to enroll in a plan?
They're free.
Oh, they're free?
Yeah, they're all free.
Okay.
So, all right. So my avatar is right here. You can see her. And just to give you an overview of your heads up display, this is everything on here. Up in the top left, you have watts, and I'm going downhill. So I need to add a couple more. You also have my RPM indicated. And these over here, you have the standings of people who have done this recently. So it'll tell you how you placed. At the bottom, you'll see a graph. This is my power graph. Up here at the top, you see how many miles you've gone, your miles per hour, feet, time. This is a power up over here that's flashing. This means drafting boost. It tells you the UCI lap, how many seconds you've done, my 30-day personal best. It also has my level, level 21. And over here, this blue thing, it's all my sweat drops, and you can spend these in the drop shop. So, and this tells you how many feet you've climbed. So, this is pretty much what it looks like most of the time. And off to the right, you see everyone around me. I'm riding easy. So you have my watts per kilogram, how many miles I've gone, what country I'm from. Up at the top, you have the course. I can click on it for different views. And this shows the elevation profile. Start and finish, and your grade right now. So I'm at 2%. It's going up to 3, down to 2. So any questions about this? We good? The other thing you can pull up, and I'm going to slide this up. Hold on 1 second. So I'm going to hide this. You'll see this menu down here. This appears when I click on it. These are also the other riders. So I click. This is camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, 4. There's a side view of me. Woohoo! 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's 8 is an aerial view. There I am. This turns you around to go in the other direction. There you go. This is if you want to send a message. You'll notice up here on the side, lots of people talk. So if you want to send a group text, it appears. This will snap a picture. This hides the graph at the bottom. So you see that power graph at the bottom. If you click on this, it'll hide it. This lets people know that you no longer want to lead a ride. This is a hand wave. There goes my hand. This will say ride on, but I have the sound turned off. This is a bell. This is, let's hammer it. This is I'm toast, and this is good ride. So you'll see that pop up at the bottom. In case you're wondering what all those things were. Questions? Does anyone have any questions, or are you all good? Ileana? Did I lose people? Okay. All right, we're still here. The other people are on mute. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
So
just checking. Okay, so that's kind of like the ride view. I'm going to show you a few things to modify your settings to make sure everything's all right. So I paused the ride. You can end the ride or go back. This shows your power distribution. So up here, there's a little edit button. This is where you edit, your max heart rate, your FTP, your current weight, height, if you want imperial or metric, it's up to you, birth date, all that stuff. This is so you can get an accurate reading for your watts and your speed in Zwift. So that's what that is. This is a ride summary up here. There's also different challenges in Zwift. So I'm doing the Everest challenge. I'm 39% complete. If you want to select a different one, like there's a Ride California, I'm doing this, the Everest challenge. There's also an Italy challenge. So you get different badges for it. If you get to the top of the Everest challenge, you get what's called the Tron bike, which is the light up bike that you see in Zwift. That's how people get it. I'm not sure what I got for the California challenge, but I'll have to go back and look. So I'm going to keep working on this challenge. I'm going to hit OK. There are also workouts. So this is also how you can access your workout or your training plan page. Go back. There are also badges. These are all the badges that you earn. There's different cycling achievements. I also like looking at the route achievements down here, because if there's one that you didn't do, you might want to try it out, because sometimes you get tired of riding the same thing all the time. But you also have to look at the distance for all these routes, because some of them can be quite lengthy. Some of them are 60, up to 100 miles. So that's all the badges. This is to make sure everything is paired properly. So I have my power source, Bluetooth is on, cadence, and I have a controllable kicker. And I also use the run feature too, but it's not connected. The running feature, if you do have a treadmill, is included with the price of Zwift. So if you get their Zwift Pod, which is about $40, it goes on your running shoe and you can run on any treadmill in Zwift. So now let's see if it's, there we go. I disconnected. So I stopped pedaling. Say no signal now. There we go. Now I'm good. Okay. So the other settings that are in here, this is all for the music volume. So if you don't want the game sound on, you can always turn that off. I turned everything off for this presentation. You can also modify your trainer difficulty. So mine's kind of in the middle. I can slide it over. It makes it, harder or easier. And these are all your different settings for your screen and your measurements. If you don't want to see all the chatter, you can hide it by clicking on that. I like to see it. You can also, filter out the language or workout pain effect. You can have those on or off. So those are all your Zwift settings, and you can come in and change them anytime. That's under there. My favorite thing, though, is the garage. This is where you customize your avatar. So you can look at your bike frame. You can switch it out. Like, let's say I want that one. It changes. I have right now the Trek Madone on mine, and I can change the color. So it's pretty cool what you can do. You can also modify your wheels and select different ones. Your person, hairstyles. Ooh, they added a curly hair. That's cool. All kinds of stuff. So head type, which is kind of funny. It's like, which one? Glasses, everything is customizable. But the neat thing is, as you ride, you earn more sweat drops for the drop shop. And this is where you can buy stuff with not with real money, but with the drops that you've earned. So if I wanted a different frame, let's see, what else do they have? So I bought this one. Some of them you can't buy until you level up. I also have the Amanda. And let me go back really quick. See which one I don't have. Let's do Cervelo. So this tells you the cost of them. So if I wanted to buy this one, I would click on it, and that amount of drops would be deducted from my drops up here. So you can also get this bike. That's level 45 though, and I'm not there yet. So that's the frame shop, and you also have a wheel shop. So you can pick your wheels. Again, they tell you how much they're worth. So the more you ride, the more drops you earn, and the more you can get out of there. So all of these are customizable based on, how often you ride. And I did the Alp du Zwift, so I got the polka dotted gloves, but I can always switch them to something else. I'll make them blue this time. Any questions about this, about customizing your person, your avatar, or anything else? Go back. Ileana, do you have a question?
No. That's
okay.
Clear so far.
What's that?
I said so far it's clear. So.
Okay. Yeah, so that kind of covers a lot of the stuff that we have here. I'll go back. My favorite is like the challenge, and I like the garage a lot. So I check those because I always want to see my progress. And if I click on it, let's see, it should redo it somehow. Oh, nope, it didn't. There we go. So it shows a little bicycle going up. And you think, oh, I'm at the top. No, you have to go all the way into space. So that's how far I've gotten. Hit OK. And let me go back to the ride. So now I'm back, and you can see all that stuff. So if you do a structured workout, this sidebar will be a little bit different. So let's do a workout. And I'll pick, you can also create your own workouts in here. I forgot about this feature. So if you go to create your own, you can title it. You can drag the warm up. Let's say you want to do intervals, drag those. All of it's adjustable. Let's say I want to do 150 watts for 5 minutes and I want to recover for only 1 minute, you can change it. Then it changes it there. If you just want to do a free ride, drag that over. It's kind of wavy. If you want notes, you can add in, any kind of text you want. And that will appear in your workout. If you have cadence preferences, drag those on. So you can see cadence 1 over there, cadence 2, and you can also write a description, on that. So I'm not going to save that, but that's how you can write your own workouts in Zwift. But let's say we want to do this workout. So I'm going to work out, back. On the side, you see the type of workout, when you're going to finish, what watts you're going to be riding at, which is crazy. I don't think I could do that. 10 seconds at 430 watts. I probably could, but a star will appear each time you complete one of these segments of the workout. So, and then you have how many you've earned. It talks about your warm up. So you start pedaling. This is a structured workout because the menu at the bottom is going to be a little different. So remember how we could wave and everything before? Now this menu is slightly different. You have start or stop, pause. Erg is on. That means my smart trainer is keeping me at 61 watts right now, and I can't change it. If I want to make the watts go up or down, I click on these arrows, and then you have the rest of the menu that appeared before on the side. So if I want to turn erg mode off, do that. Now erg is off, turn it back on. So that's what a structured workout looks like. Again, you still have your map, still have your miles per hour, your level, your distance, but then you also up here have how much time is left in your segment, in your cadence too. So I'm going to stop that workout because that one's going to be really hard. Any questions about any of this? I'll go back.
And that feature is still for a free.
Yes. Yep. You mean this workout feature here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes with the price of your subscription. So if I wanted to do like one of the training plans, let's go to workouts, and I wanted to click on a plan. You can view the plan and you can sign up for it, but you don't have to pay anything extra. And it all depends on what you want to do. I like the FTP builder. If I'm newer to cycling, I would pick that one. If you're training for a certain event, there's a lot of different events here that you can train for. There's even Zwift 101 cycling, getting started with Zwift. Everything. And it tells you how many hours per week. So let's say you want to do single track training for mountain biking. They'll say like advanced, 7 to 10 weeks long, 7 hours per week. So you can get an overview of the plan and decide if that's for you or not. There's also a quick and fun plan for events around 100K or about 60 miles. Again, it's 3 hours a week. It's beginner, 3 to 4 weeks. And it tells you a little bit about it. You can view the plan. Gives you a summary, and then over here you get the workouts, so you can see if you want to do that or not. And at the bottom is each week, and then of course you have the finish flag. So yeah, it's pretty neat.